I'm Xiangan. I run Source Software. We believe that when you build software right, it can really multiply what people can do and feel. And for today's experience of multiplying what people can do and feel, we built Whetstone, a sharpener for your skills to pass professional certification exams. I had a classmate, her name was Lori. Lori is a cybersecurity student at BU doing her master's. And before using Whetstone, even we met together at the cybersecurity club. She had no certifications, no industry knowledge, and honestly, very little confidence for what she had wanted to achieve. We were preparing to compete in this in the NCAE cybersecurity competition, which is one of the most prestigious cybersecurity competitions in the United States. And she also won her CISSP. And when we first started, she had no idea where to start. But I built this tool and I ran a couple of workshops. But so after Whetstone, she became the most improved player on the team on competition day. We scored first on both primary scoring categories during the competition, and she got her CISSP. And so I wanted to go a little bit into the context of why people generally want certifications in the first place before I talk a little bit more about the pilots that we ran at both BU and another dev shop. So people want certifications generally because they represent a pretty massive increase to people's salaries. For example, with the OSCP, another super respectable cybersecurity certification, your salary can go up by 42%. And it'll get you placed in a bunch of jobs. There's 3.5 million unfilled cyber jobs globally, and most cybersecurity jobs require some sort of certification or about 5 to 10 years of experience. It's very hard to be able to get that experience if you weren't going to start at some sort of IT help desk or if you're just coming and breaking into the industry. We also have a lot of new certifications that organizations are generally requiring of their employees to have, for which there's not a lot of material out there to study. And generally, certification prep is not great. People fail 72% of the time when they first take exams like the OSCP. And even with the latest Claude CCA exam, it's all closed source. All the study material is only open to companies that are partnered with Anthropic. And even if it wasn't a closed source exam, the traditional exam market has super, super expensive exam tickets, ranging from about $750 to $1,750 per attempt. And that doesn't even include the study package. And so what we needed to build is a tool that took Lori, someone who started from zero, to a first place champion in 3 months. And so we ran 2 pilots. We ran a pilot of this tool with my local school at BU. We also ran this pilot with a dev shop that my organization Source subcontracts with, called Laser. They're one of the best dev shops in crypto in terms of laser fintech. They also do a lot of e-commerce and partnerships with firms like Shopify to pass the CISSP and the Claude CCA exams. What we found in the proof was that we helped Laser get their first 10 engineers pass the brand new Anthropic exam with a 9 out of 10 first attempt pass rate. This is super important because failing this exam means you can't take it for another 6 months, which is 6 times longer than the basically the cooldown period that you have for traditional exams like the CISSP, which means that you're basically locked out of having the certification. And considering that Laser as an organization is mandating its employees to have the certification, it's not a good look. And so having this certification been launched 10 weeks ago, it has 700,000 employees to certify at the top 4 Anthropic partners. And we believe that we can help people at those companies achieve a competency in AI by diagnosing where they're basically incompetent in terms of concepts, teaching them the exact concepts via workshops, via the tool, and then having the tool as well as the various workshop contents help them drill down on understanding what these concepts are, and then they just take the certification exam. And so this is another kind of example. If we have something that's more open response, the tool will actually emulate a terminal output for you. So it's literally just like you being at a computer, typing, and then you have someone by your side. And so the business model, we ran this with a couple of workshops with actually Laser and their partners at Deloitte. We ran workshops for basically $25 per person. And there was, depending on the organization size, obviously the deal was a little bit different. There was 85 total engineers that showed up basically from Laser, and a similar amount for each of the Deloitte Wonder companies that I was able to run a workshop for. And so generally now, kind of the actions moving forward is we're going to look to land additional enterprise deals. I actually already got an acquisition offer from Laser about basically this entire tool. It was a tough decision to decide like whether or not if I wanted to go with that. I think I'm going to keep on building this thing. I really think that there is a lot of alpha specifically for this exam that a lot of big companies are looking to pass. And I think there's business to be done. So if you think that you know an organization that might be interested in having its employees pass the exam with relative ease, please book a call with me. Would love to get to know you and help you out, basically. So yeah, you shall pass. Stay in touch, and thanks for your attention. Appreciate it.